Anyway.
Yeah. So, are we going to have like speech bubbles going for the whole conversation?
Yeah. Try it.
Yeah. Now we need to pitch shift as well, I think.
Yeah. Hey guys, Barry here and welcome back to the IGS podcast, and today is quite special. Yesterday we had the release of Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. We have Playtonic Games here, we have Matt and we have Dan. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Good, thank
Hi.
you.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, I actually have one of these as well, so.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And there's the two of them behind you, just, peeking in.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, lads, what's the crack?
What's the crack?
Yeah.
We released the game yesterday, and as audio people, that means we're very not busy.
Yeah.
So it's asked us to come and do a podcast, and we said yes, we can do that immediately.
Yeah.
So we've got very little going on,
Nothing to do for a while,
other than sort of looking at the internet and being like, "Wow, everyone's being quite nice about our game. This is good."
Yeah. Of course, yeah. No, but I mean, like I got the game last week, and I mean this, like genuinely, it is absolutely fantastic. The game.
Oh, cheers, mate.
It's just like for me, Donkey Kong Country vibes on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's swap around. Let's interview you. Okay, what's your favourite bit of the game so far?
Well, definitely not the Impossible Lair at the very start. No, I just died straight away. Like,
but you didn't just beat that.
Huh?
You didn't just beat it right from the start.
No, I mean, like, it's probably too hard for me.
Oh, right. We thought it was quite easy.
I mean, everyone in the office has done it. Like,
we were thinking about making it harder because it seems quite easy. Most just blast them through it first time. No, I'm completely kidding. It's absolutely nails.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like,
apart from at one stage, it was a lot harder. And we were like, okay, maybe this is too much.
Well, of course, like, you lads made the game, so of course you know what's going to happen next, anyway. So.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I find like the game is challenging, but I find it fair. Difficulty-wise,
yeah,
and like I learned, like I guess you learn straight away. Like, don't rush into doing everything. Like don't keep moving for the sake of moving. Like take your time with it, just to get the pace right and stuff.
Yeah, unless there's one of those green mega quill things, then you've got to nail it.
Yeah,
to get on.
But then even then, like often all the reward is a few more quills, and actually like it's just baiting you constantly. So it's just trying to make you kind of panic, and sometimes you need to just like keep a hold of your senses and go, oh, okay, all right, is that quill really worth jumping for? You can't help jump anyway and die. So
it's only one quill, and then you end up killing yourself. It's like why even bother? Like
yeah.
So lads, tell us all who all is part of the I guess the composing part of the team.
Okay, so
us two,
and Dave Wise and Grant Coco.
Yeah.
You've interviewed the best, and now you've got the rest.
Yeah.
So,
no, I have the best of the best right here, lads. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's funny. Like it's over a year ago now since I done that podcast with them, and like,
really?
And like, if you had told me, months ago, if I was going to be interviewing them, I would have been like, no way,
Yeah.
But Grant is like a regular in this case. He's been on my show like 3 times already.
Oh really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He does like to talk.
Oh sure, like well, I guess we all do. But I mean,
fair enough.
I was like, I know who is it? Is it Chris who runs? Is it CVG? I can't remember the name of it. The website. Who used to be working?
VGC. Oh, Andy.
Oh, Andy. Sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
He was the first to get the written interview about the whole Banjo-Kazooie thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Grant gave me the first video interview for that there, which is pretty cool. Like.
Oh,
and like that blew up. That has over 27,000 views, I think, at this point. It just blew up for me.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing, like. But
straight up, you're probably not going to see the same amount of views. This one. Maybe maybe over the course of 10 years, you never know.
Okay, give me some secret to the next game that will give me all the views on all the clicks.
I'm far too afraid of our community manager.
Daily Kong, as she calls herself, yeah.
Yeah, she will murder us if we say anything. So that's it's not worth it.
I know, yeah.
She'll somehow. Yeah.
Like,
but I'm the most afraid of her. So
I'm more afraid of being fired and no one ever hiring me ever again scenario. There's that.
It's that, but I mean, you'd still be alive. So
okay, fair.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. As long as you're alive, it's all good.
Yeah.
Now, lads, is it possible to come over and get like a day or two of work experience just to go over and just say, oh, like I worked with Playtonic Games?
Oh, what do you do?
No, like I done multimedia in college, so like I've actually for one of my assignments in third year in audio production, Matt actually had to get us to do like make our own sound effects and music for one of the Donkey Kong Country levels, returns levels on the Wii.
Oh, really?
I can send you a link after, but I mean like. For me, he was like even I knew like he knew that was very Donkey Kong like, which is what I was going for anyway, because I love Donkey Kong, so I know what it's like.
Yeah,
you know, and I like even make my own sound effects with like my mouth and stuff, you know. So as well adding to it, but no, it's interesting the whole sound design production of it, like.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we obviously think that.
Yeah. Sound design's one of those weird things. Like, almost everyone comes into sound design via some kind of music degree or course, or that's what they start off with.
Yeah.
Like it's also weird because there's loads of tools that are like not meant for sound design, but people use for sound design because that's the audio tools we've got.
Yeah. That line's getting more and more blurred now, isn't it? Between music production and sound design.
Yeah.
And then you get people like Stig Anderson who call themselves like musical sound designers, and he's like created this whole new role that he's sort of filling now.
And then you get loads of kind of EDM artists who choosing a note is actually just one of the buttons on their synthesizer on Massive or something. Like the note is not important.
Yeah.
Like so the idea of kind of like composing music in a regular style is more like sound design. So you know.
So lads, are you part of Playtonic since the beginning, or when did you come into the company? Like.
So it goes further back.
Yeah, no. So I joined pretty much just after they did the Kickstarter on Yooka-Laylee, and had a bunch more money and hired a bunch of staff, and I was one of them who got hired just after the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I was, I did all the audio on Yooka-Laylee, and then worked with the external composers. Oh, very nice.
I have
very
the 64, the limited edition one. With the 64 cartridge, like,
I like that you got it to hand. You were just waiting for someone to say ukulele, and then boom.
Ukulele.
So I did Yooka-Laylee and shipped that game, and then when we started working on the new project, I hired Matt, and then we've been working two years.
Well, I started April 2017, which is right as Yooka-Laylee came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like first week was the launch party.
Yeah. I got in there just in time. I got to get to a launch party program I did nothing on.
Oh yeah. Well done, Matt. Well done.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, lots of people saying that on the night, and I was like, I just got here. Like, I don't know these people's names. I really shouldn't be saying well done to me.
But yeah, so like, can I ask, did the game start straight away after Yooka-Laylee for the first one to come out, production wise?
Pretty much straight away.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you kind of have to. Otherwise, like what you do, you've got a team of people, like 20, 30 people sitting around who you're paying every day to be there, and they're just not doing anything. Let's start as soon as you kind of start on the next game as soon as you've signed off on the previous game. Of course, it's never really simple as that because, you know, with patches and
there was the Switch version as well, which we had.
Oh yeah,
a lot of the programming team were on that, so. Yeah, there was a lot. You need a lot of sort of programmer groundwork at the start, but you might not necessarily have it because of the last thing that's just happened.
So it's one of those ones where everyone was supposedly working on what became Impossible Lair, but really not an awful lot of meaningful work got done until they had got the Switch version of the Yooka out the door.
And like, do you think the Switch version, I guess personally, like your own opinion, will be the best version of the game?
I think they're all pretty similar. I guess it's down to personal preference, isn't it?
Like, I think the Switch version is like, how do I put this? It was designed with Switch in mind. So the game is built to run on a Switch at 60 frames a second. So, so it's like the game has been optimized mostly for Switch.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like you would expect, if you play it on an Xbox or an Xbox One X, or you know. You're going to be playing at higher frame rates. So it depends what you want. You want to be able to play it on the bus and on the train.
We should avoid terms like frame rates and technical terms as audio people don't really understand.
Yeah.
There's going to be an article go up saying like Playtonic promises this and this and this, and then the programmer's going to kill us when we're going. It's probably better on the other ones.
But you'd be, like,
like
you wanna...
be more visual fidelity on one thing. I'm keeping it very broad.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
More visual fidelity on the Xbox, but then you can't play that one on the train. So it's all down to personal preference, I guess.
Yeah. Well, unless you take like your own little TV and portable bank with you for the Xbox.
In which case, everyone on the train's going to hate you.
Yeah.
Did you say frame rates instead of resolution?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be why. Okay, I meant resolution.
Yeah.
Totally
no, because it's absolutely gorgeous, and I have the Xbox One X here, and it's, oh my god, I just couldn't believe how stunning it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a 4K TV, so it's going to make...
You don't have one?
No, of course I don't have one.
Why?
I actually have a very old television. It's about the size of a postage stamp, but wonderful speakers, because that's all that really matters to audio people. Don't really care. No, it's... Yeah, I don't have a 4K TV either, though. Nice speakers, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, years ago, I got this cool stereo for Christmas. It actually had like a small TV built into it.
Oh yeah.
But it broke.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like I was playing like Mario Kart 64 on it just to see what it worked, because it had the red, white, and yellow connections. Like.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool though.
Just packed in. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some questions here on Twitter. Like, I'm not going to ask them all at once. So.
That would be really interesting if you did. Like, you somehow managed to answer 50 questions.
Yeah, we have to answer one word from each question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what Rare game spiritual successor would what they want to make next?
I don't know about they. We can do we.
As you guys. What would you want to make next?
They're asking they, which is we.
Yeah.
I see. All right, go Dan. You go first.
We or we you?
Yeah.
Another rare property. I don't know, we've done the best two.
I'd go Jet Force.
I'd go Conquer.
Oh yeah, Conquer.
I'd go Conquer so that we can be absolute children and not have to grow up and just record 1,000 farts. And that's that'd be fun 2 years.
Yeah.
Actually, can I ask? He's like, do you watch Friends, the TV show?
Yeah.
Chandler, please tell me there's like a Chandler Bing reference, and could I be anymore? And
no,
I'm not sure.
That would have been good though.
That would have been good.
We're gonna have to play the game.
We've exhausted so many B puns over the last sort of 2.5 years.
Yeah, Phoebe, like there, you Phoebe from Friends there, Phoebe.
Yeah. You know that girl. Sorry, that was an interesting one because her name used to be Queen Beatrice for like up until really late.
No, it was Beatrice.
Is it Beatrice?
Beatrice, yeah.
Right. So studio director Gavin Price had his daughter like 6 months ago, who he called Phoebe, and then literally at the 11th hour.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's why.
I never knew.
So at the 11th hour, they named Queen Phoebe after his like newborn. The name changed, and so suddenly it's like a month till we need to ship this up. Like just changing every name.
Phoebe was better.
Nah, well, I think we've also thought Phoebe was better, but generally it was so that it could be named after Gavin's daughter.
Yeah.
That's
actually,
fun.
I will say Phoebe is a lot easier to say than Beatrix. There's less to say, but
yeah.
Oh no, it's a better name. It's definitely
it's a global product. It's going. People of all different languages have to try and say this name. So. Yeah, try and avoid like Beatrix.
Yeah.
Beatrice.
I think it was.
It's irrelevant now.
Beatrix. Is it Beatrix? We call it Beatrix.
I think it was Beatrice.
Oh, no.
But it doesn't matter. She's Phoebe now. She's Queen Phoebe.
Phoebe, yeah, Queen Phoebe. And does she play guitar as well? No.
Not that ukulele. She plays ukulele.
Okay, that's close enough. Yeah.
We haven't delved into that lot. We're not ready to talk about that.
Is that a spoiler? Yeah, is it a sequel?
Ready for.
Yeah. She's not. We'll go into that at a later date.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough.
Which is to say, we have no idea, but maybe she could.
Grade A bassoonist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Someone asked here, Mike Tendo. I'm sorry you can't answer this, but will the game receive content updates in the future, like new challenge modes, multiplayer, more tonics, etc.?
You'll have to
wait.
You
have to wait.
See.
I mean,
yeah, we can't talk about that.
I know.
Nor do we. even necessarily know.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot cooler if you say you can't talk about it rather than we don't know.
Yeah, like we're not one of those like studios that have made loads of DLC before they release the game and like hold it back. What we I think also as a company we like to try and see what the response is. People are really asking for something, then there's more of a chance we might do that. So yeah.
What price is the 4 tonics on in pound in the DLC?
I don't
think it's
know.
$2.99 or $3.99. I think it differs on PlayStation and Xbox.
Not even entirely sure it's available on all.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Probably know better than we do.
Yeah, no, because I have it physically for Switch, here, and I got the DLC for free from Smith's Toys. It's €4 on the Xbox store. I bought it there, and I own the game on PS4. I pre-ordered it there. Yeah, okay. Why is the theme? There's a pre-order theme you get free in the States, but not here in Europe. What's that about?
Is there?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I was like, I have to buy it in the States just to get the theme.
You got a rough deal. You got the audio department.
I know. Yeah.
To be honest, loads of those kind of stuff are publisher-based decisions, so they handle all of that kind of extra material outside of the game itself.
I know our artist Dean made the theme though, and it looks great.
I had to put some sound effects on the theme.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
Well done.
But, thank you.
Yeah, that's what we know about the theme.
That's about it.
Yeah. So guys, what games did you play growing up anyway? Obviously, you played some Rare games, but what else did you play? Like,
I was a big Nintendo 64 kid, so Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie. For me, those are like the best ever games. I mean, from there really.
Same here, but I also had a PlayStation, so Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot are well up there as well. But then also Zelda. Yeah, massive Zelda fan.
Lots of Zelda.
Yeah,
everyone plays lots of Zelda.
Everyone plays lots of Zelda.
Yeah, and like, did you get some inspiration from Zelda as well? Because some of it, like the overworld, is very Zelda-like, which I like, by the way.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
You can't really ignore that influence it'll have on you, even if you try to, because it's so sort of embedded in what you know about the genre.
Oh yeah, no, the whole point of the overworld is it's supposed to play like Zelda Light. It's effectively Zelda, but without the combat. Like just the map and the puzzles. Yeah,
And Hamish, the guy that designed it, was a big Zelda fan as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of that in there, I guess.
So is that going to be your next game? Perhaps like a Zelda Light game with Yooka-Laylee. That'd be kind of cool though.
You'll have to wait and see.
That'd be cool,
wait and see, yeah. So
a while.
So when can we expect to see a Yooka-Laylee racing type game in the same vein as Diddy Kong Racing?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, look,
we can't. Yeah.
Look,
no, it's fine. Don't worry. Look, lads, you can tell me after whatever you're doing after we finish recording.
All I say is we know that there are loads of things that people would love us to do.
Yeah.
We're very aware of the things that we could do.
Did you ever see the Donkey Kong racing game from years ago on, was it the GameCube? I was talking to the lads about this last year, Dave and Grant.
Oh, it was cancelled or something?
Yeah, it was cancelled, yeah. Did you ever see it in person?
I remember that, yeah.
No?
It was like, it had like released some stills and it just seemed to evaporate from everything.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember that now, yeah.
There's a chance it might have been, so there was a Donkey Kong racing game that was supposed to come out that eventually came out on Wii, which was the Barrel Blast one.
Yeah.
Which is the one that you control with the bongos. Apart from you were supposed to control it with the bongos, but it got so delayed it eventually came out on Wii and they removed the bongo support, so you had to do it with the Wiimote and it didn't work. So I can imagine the original Donkey Kong racing stuff might have got folded into that, and then that got delayed enough that it eventually came out on Wii and then never really made much of a splash because the entire thing it was built around was no longer part of the Wii system. So,
but yeah, we're not experts, so we know about as much as you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so like, what's it like being the only non-Rare staff?
Oh, they're always going on about Rare. Oh, you remember at Rare? We did this at Rare. I just wish they should
there are a lot of references to people you don't know, like all the time. And we're like, oh yeah, that's when Steve did this thing. What, Steve Melson? No, Steve Cumberbatch.
Steve,
I don't know. Like it's just. It is a bit weird because
prattling on about Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Oh, they love that.
Grant loves being grabbed by the ghoulies, by the way.
Yeah. Males loves grabbed by the ghoulies. He always goes about. He's made himself sort of personal ambassador of that game. But no, it's great working with the old roller. I'm just joking about that stuff.
Yeah. Let me guess. Keep talking about Rare Replay, do they? The whole time.
Yeah. It basically is just one big Rare Replay office conversation.
Yeah.
Remember when we made this? Remember when we... Yeah, all right.
You weren't even born back then, were you?
Yeah. I was 3.
Oh yeah, and then every time we bring up something that we've worked on, it's just dead.
Yeah.
Like I remember we were on the Lego game. We did this.
Yeah.
Oh, no one cares about that. Yeah.
I care about Lego.
Oh, do you?
Please, okay. Did you work on Lego City Undercover? Did you?
I did. That was my first game.
Oh my god! I mean, that is for.
Well, I did not very much, unless I didn't do. I sort of joined right at the end.
Don't tell him that.
I did like the.
I did everything like the design. I contributed to the design.
There's some people
art style. Like really.
There's some people that worked really, really hard on that game. Yeah. I did like Danish cutscenes. I was hired on like a 2-week contract that then became like a month, that then became 6 months, then it ended up becoming permanent. But I did like the Danish cutscenes on that game. I did quite a bit on the 3DS one, but yeah, that was a cool game.
I personally love that game. I have the collector's edition on Wii U.
Oh, nice.
And did you work on the Switch version at all? No, or was it just like a port of the
just Wii U, the original release? Yeah. More the 3DS really.
I think the Wii U version is the best one.
Yeah,
because of the gamepad as well.
Designed with the gamepad in mind, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah,
but even with the PS4, if they had like the Vita use to it, like a second screen there, but no, they didn't do anything with it. Why?
The guy who wrote the music for that, Cy Withenshaw, he tends to fly under the radar a lot. He's brilliant composer.
Oh, the music is like see the whole loading screen music.
Yeah,
like the whole the seal badge just flipping around the whole time. Like you just leave there all day, and I'd be grand. Like
yeah. I think we got away with some really long loading screens just because of that tune.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are sat there in silence. They're like, it's been a minute. What's going on? But if you've got a nice groove going on, you sort of go.
Yeah, it's cool.
Write that down. We should do that. Thinking about it.
I remember playing. Sorry, Dan, go on.
I was going to say, unfortunately, you've got to have the right engine to be able to stick music over loading screens.
Okay. Don't start going after the engine.
No, I'm not going to. It's just I know we're getting sorts of trouble. But it's. I wish loading is a difficult thing to work out in any engine. It's just when you're unloading and loading banks and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think we didn't have quite the time to have the dynamic loading system we were
That's something we want to do next time.
It is something we'd like to do next time.
Thank you for bringing that up. Groovy music over loading.
Yeah, groovy music. Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah. Like I remember, was it Crash Bandicoot Rattled Cortex on PS2 at the time when it came out? It was.
It would be my area.
Yeah. No, the loading times. What the hell was up with that?
Yeah, but you got a cool little cutscene of the talking head and everything.
No, but I mean, like, he was just falling the whole time. There was no music or anything.
Yeah, no, fair. The whole tunnel. I remember. It's to be honest, Rapid Cortex was hang on, which one? I'm talking about the fourth one, aren't I?
Am I not? The first one on PS2, I think it was. Yeah.
It wasn't the best. It was the best ones are on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Like it was okay. I like the ball levels, the ones when you're in the big kind of hamster ball and you're going down the slides and stuff. But apart from that, it's like the Spyro game on the first one PS2 is kind of also nowhere near as good as the ones on PlayStation 1 as well.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't get me started on Skylanders. What a load of crap.
But they look good. But they look really good.
Yeah.
That's something to the credit. I know I hate the gated system. I've never played any of them, but looking at the gameplay and the way they look and the way they put it together, it's pretty good. It's just a shame that they have this weird kind of buy a statue and that's the only way you get to play our game properly. It's just I
bet it made a lot of money though.
It made an absolute
shitload of money that game made. I don't get it at all. Like I guess when they released like the whole Crash Bandicoot figure and Neo Cortex, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get that just to have it. Looks kind of cool to play as them. But would you be a fan of Starlink Battle for Atlas? Have you played that?
I've not played it yet. It looks cool though. Although they did draw me in with the whole it's got Star Fox in it. It was like, well, I want it now.
Hold on. Can you see this? Look, can you?
Oh boy!
Oh wow!
I have the entire collection there of all the ships and stuff.
Nice.
Wow. Actually, lads, if you want, I have a wee solution for you. You see, next week at EGX,
Yeah.
Okay, I know Laura's going to be there, isn't she?
Laura from Team 17?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is she? Yeah. Can you use, or Daly will be there as well. Like, if I give her...
A few of us like going down.
I take it you both have a Switch, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you be interested in a free copy of the game?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a free copy? And I'll give it to her. Like, oh, you give this to the two lads, will you?
yeah, that'd be great. These are all the perks of being in the game industry that haven't happened for me so far.
No.
I thought that's what I thought when I joined the games industry. I thought people would be like,
games,
free
all
games
the time.
left, right,
No.
center.
That's what I get. Free games all the time. So look, I got Yooka-Laylee free last week.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we got that one.
Yeah.
Free, but like that's.
Well, yeah, you made it.
Yeah.
You only get the games that you work on. So you get like one every 3 years.
What happens?
Like, well, I've played this.
What happens is you end up spending way more on games than you ever did before because you're like, well, now I need to know what this game's like because people are going to be referencing it at work for the next year.
Yeah.
So
it's easier to justify the purchase to your partner because you're like,
true.
well, I gotta keep up with these things, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course, you want to play it as well.
Mhm.
But
Now, lads, would you be a fan of Mario and Rabbids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much.
I told Grant, I find the overall music is very Rabbids-like. Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
And
No, I guess only because it kind of came out recent enough, you know, the past 2 years. So it feels like it.
Difference being Ubisoft can afford to pay for an orchestra, not just have Grant use as samples.
Yeah. No, but like the old soundtrack, you know, is amazing. So yeah, Dan, tell us what tunes you done. What would be your favorite song that you've made in the game, like?
Out of context, a level that's called Turbine Trouble. I think that's one of my favorites. It's a piece of music that I worked on for ages, and it never really quite got there until the very end. And then suddenly it just all came together, and I really like it. And it's really it's kind of like mystic and metallic and really flowing. I really like that tune. But maybe in terms of the way it pairs with the level, Wild Web Woods, the first half of that is like the tune really belongs to the level, and I really love like how it sets the tone for that level. Those are probably my two favorite of the ones I've done, I would say. Though I also really like the kind of salsa one I wrote as well. That's also really fun. So yeah.
Yeah. And Matthew, and no one cares about your opinion. I'm only messing. Go on ahead.
Thank you. I'll get going. Yeah, it'd probably be the what did we end up calling Factory Flooded? Turbine Trouble? No, you just said that. I've forgotten the level names, which are therefore the song names. But there's
Manic Factory.
At some point in the game, I think
Factory Fright.
Yeah.
Factory Fright.
Okay, so Factory Fright Flooded, which is like a nice atmospheric track that I wrote. It was probably quite heavily inspired by some of the underwater DKC stuff.
Yeah, with the aquatic ambience, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a tune, lads!
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and I don't think I wasn't intentionally trying to rip that off or mimic it or anything, but it just sort of came out that way when I saw the level. And then on the other end of the spectrum, Pagey Power, which is just a really dumb joke that we put in for when the Pages transform the overworld, and I put the stupid 80s thing on it.
Yeah, it's class. I love it.
Yeah. So last night I'm playing the game because it's really interesting to kind of like come home and take like a retail copy and put it in your machine and play it at home on TV. It's like a really weird, because you sometimes view it in different ways and you're like, wow, this is like out. And they're playing the game, and then Pagey Power comes in, and my wife Tegan just turns around and is like, oh, that is the best tune in the game. And I was like, come on, I'm right here.
Just something I chucked together in like 5 minutes just for the sake of a dumb joke. And sometimes those are the best if you can just get a laugh out of people. That's great to me.
Yeah, that's cool though. I love it. When is the updated 64 model coming to Yooka-Laylee?
Oh, again, we're audio. We don't know these things.
I don't know when. To be honest, not even the conversation.
Even if the rest of the studio knew, we have our own offices, so we
I think I've seen it like working on Jens's machine.
Yeah,
so like it's there and
it's in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
No, I actually replied on a tweet. If possible, to play it without the C or T effect.
Pass.
God knows. Yeah. No idea.
Sorry. No, it's fine. No, just like, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool, like, to check it out. But no, like the model in Impossible Lair, it's so cool. It's like I'll play as that there instead of the real one. You know,
Yeah.
the original like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jens would have worked on real N64 games, so I guess he knows that stuff better than anyone.
Well, of course, like all the staff worked in, and you know, back in my day, I worked in this GoldenEye, whatever.
Stop going on about Banjo again, males. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, do you know David Duke? Dr. Duke?
I've met him once, yeah.
Yeah, what's he like?
I wouldn't say I know him, but he seemed like a very nice chap, yeah.
Yeah. It's mad. I didn't know only until, was it this year, that he's from Ireland. He's up in Belfast.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've got an Irish programme at Playtonic.
Who?
Guy from Dublin, Carl Rowe.
I have to contact him. Get me in there somehow.
I was saying to Dan, we should have just brought him along. We should have been like, hey, we just brought Carl because he's Irish, and I really wish we had now. But yeah, there's some Irish representation at Playtonic.
Oh,
and
nice.
Dave Rose as well. Dave Rose worked in the game. He's left us now, but he worked on the first 2 games.
Okay.
As an artist.
He's old school. He was on actually I have no idea. He's X-Ray.
He's on Conquer, but yeah, he's X-Ray.
So I think he was SNES stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay, a toughie question.
Oh no.
Oh no, what will you do? Do you think the original DKC trilogy is much better than the new one so far?
No.
No.
Well, the new one's 2.
Yeah, but like okay, like you know what I mean. But do you think it's better, the old one, or?
Okay, right, hang on.
Oh no.
No. He's asking me. So this is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I never played them as a kid. I was
Dan,
too
how
young.
old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, we're nearly the same age, by the way. Why have you not played?
Because my first console was a PlayStation and an N64. I never had a SNES. I never had them when I was young.
Yeah.
So I've only ever played them as an adult.
Yeah.
And I find it really quite difficult to go back and play them without the nostalgia for them. Now I can appreciate them, and I've played bits. I think they're cool, but they just, they to some degree they show their time. They show their age.
Yeah.
Just from like things like you die on level 5 and the only save point is just after level 5 and you've got to start the entire game again. And to be fair, that's just a part of that's just a thing of the time, and that's fine. That's just how it was back then. But I find it quite difficult for someone who didn't play them growing up to go and have to keep restarting the entire game over and over again until I get to that checkpoint, and then the next checkpoint is not till miles later. So I really enjoyed the Retro Studios Donkey Kong games because they kind of didn't have those kind of very old school trappings that were just part of that era.
So what Dan's trying to say is that he sucks at Donkey Kong Country.
And to be even more controversial, I think Returns is better than Tropical Freeze.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, I will agree there. Tropical Freeze is absolute rubbish, I think.
Okay.
Really?
Didn't say that. Actually.
I know. It's too fucking hard.
Okay,
it is way too hard.
As well.
I think the music is amazing in Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
I think I really like.
Very diplomatic answer there.
So I
keep digging.
Really like the enemies in Returns and everything being themed around these tribal guys. Like I really like them. I love that they're all. I don't really know how to describe them. Like the bongo monsters, and they're all based off musical instruments.
Yeah.
And I just find them really charming. I've always liked them. I think people really rebelled against them at the time because they weren't Kremlins, and I have no.
I did.
Yeah. So and because I always thought Kremlins looked a bit weird because they creeped me out on DK64 when I was young. So I thought all the musical instrument tiki guys were really, really cool and fun, and I thought it's so sad that they didn't bring them over to the next game. But I think it's just that people wanted the Kremlins and didn't get them, so they just kind of passed them by without giving them the credit they were due.
Yeah, but I think Retro still did a great job of capturing the sort of feel, especially with the movement of the character of the original trilogy, while sort of bringing it up to speed with modern games.
But yeah, go on. You answer the question. What do you think?
Well, I just sort of did.
Yeah, he sort of has. Yeah. Okay. The biggest problem I had with the Wii version was the stupid motion controls for rolling.
Oh,
okay, fair D.
That was very annoying.
Being like the only way you could play it was on 3DS, but even then the screen was too small.
Yeah.
I just got used to it, you know. Like it's not perfect.
It's not
I'm
perfect
sure if I
at
went
all.
back and played it now, I would find it quite difficult.
Yeah.
But at the time, everything was a shake. Like I didn't have a problem with the shake in Mario Galaxy. Like I always thought.
I know Galaxy is, you know, for me arguably the greatest game ever made.
Yeah. It's right up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. Like the shake is not exactly a great solution.
I always thought with the 3DS when the Switch came out, I was like, I'm still going to play my 3DS. I love my 3DS. I played it loads and loads. I think I'd lost it. Like it became so immediately irrelevant as soon as the Switch came out. As soon as you had like Breath of the Wild in your hands, I don't even know where it is. I feel quite guilty now.
Yeah.
To a piece of machinery.
So I kept buying games for it and then never played them, which really sucks. like you know, like do you have CEX over in Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like,
or sex, as they like to call themselves in ads. Yeah, sex. Yeah.
They used to call themselves CEX, and then now all the adverts just straight up say sex. I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever.
Sex sells.
Sex sells. But they
sex points.
They all their 3DS titles just suddenly like dropped in the DS drivers. They dropped in value so fast. I was like, oh yeah, I want to play Soul Bubbles. Never get around to playing that, or like, I don't know.
You buy it. It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I got a Switch.
So yeah.
Yeah, I actually had to. I sold like €300 worth of games there in the CEX. Like it killed me. Switch games, 3DS.
Good games, isn't it?
I know, but like
games,
it kills me. Like I had to get money for Death Stranding. It's coming out next month.
Oh right.
Oh okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking to get the
special edition. Does it come with an actual baby?
Yeah, baby pod. Yeah. No. No, that'll be fine to pay for, but I'm looking to get the PS4 Pro edition as well.
Oh, see, okay.
But the controller is beautiful. But the only way to get it in Ireland and in the UK is through game.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen the controller.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
Yeah. So I have to get it sent to a parcel motel address in UK up north, and then they have to deliver it down to here in Dundalk, like. You know. Just a hassle, but I mean, like it'd be worth it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that is a bit annoying.
Still no idea what that game is. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Oh yeah, but it's Kojima. It's like what is going through his head at all.
Yeah.
The same for Metal Gear Solid, whatever he does like.
Yeah.
But great game though.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Retro Studios follows me on Twitter.
Oh really?
Yeah. I tweeted them. I didn't cop on for ages, right? I sent them a message, and like I think that like they read the messages, but won't write back.
Yeah, they seem to be quite inactive on Twitter. They're just so shrouded in mystery.
Well, they're one of those studios, aren't they?
Really, isn't it?
Like that used to be, and we were trying the same for a while as well. I think as well, like like, just not saying
People
anything.
just forgot about us.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think it's. Rare always used to be that kind of thing. They would just release a game when it would come, and there'd be nothing about it.
Yeah.
No.
That's it. If you release the like top tier games, you don't need to sort of talk about. Everybody's always talking about you anyway. Everyone's wondering what's going to be next. Like what now? Apparently, it's like God knows what they don't know.
But no, I guess like Rare for me is like my childhood growing up. Like they had. Arguably the best games on Nintendo platforms. Like the quality of their content, like like GoldenEye, it changed first person shooters forever, like. Yeah. And it's mad, like they made the multiplayer in like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
without even telling Nintendo. And like ended up being the best part of the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We actually played it on Friday, in a cinema.
Oh my god.
Because
for the launch party.
Yeah, for the launch party, one of the things it was a competition. We're all in teams, and they had various activities throughout the day. The first of which was playing multiplayer games in a cinema, a little tiny cinema in the hipster district of Birmingham, which is only about like one street, but nonetheless. And they
and no ex-Rare staff won. No one who worked on the game won, which was nice.
Yeah. Why is it? Didn't Sai win?
Yeah. I don't think Sai would. I think he's too young.
Oh no, he didn't work. He worked at Rare, but not on.
Yeah, not on GoldenEye. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you can work in. You can use two controllers to in single player. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I've seen something like that.
Like no one discovered that until years later. What the hell?
Because why would anyone even try that? It's weird. It's like one of those things. I think in like the closing credits of Mario 64, you can control the camera angle with like a controller plugged into slot 2 or 3 or something.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's stuff like that. Kind of makes you think, was that even deliberate? But it probably was. Just
maybe
mad secret.
I don't know. Not always. Like, loads of cheat codes and things are just what the developers were using to be able to get to the bit of the game they needed to test.
You had action play packs and stuff. Oh no, we're starting to sound like the rest of the office, getting all nostalgic for old game systems.
So Dan, what's your take on PS5 coming out next year?
I mean, it's due, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's. I'm kind of glad they kept with the name PS5. That's my big takeaway.
I thought they might go Roman numerals and go PSV.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, no. It's like everyone's already queuing at PS5. Just please don't change it. It's fine. Like, and I'm glad they kept the name. To be honest, like, you get a bit jaded as a developer in some ways, where they're like, look, the super crazy powerful graphics, and we're like, yeah, so cool, you've got a new graphics card, that's fine, that's what we expect you to have, and stuff like that.
It takes ages to figure out how one console works, and then just as you think you've got a handle on some of the stuff, a new one comes along, and you're like, all right, well, gotta learn all this now.
It'll be interesting. Like, I mean, the biggest details at the moment have been about their controller, haven't they? And they're talking about haptic feedback and other kind of buzzwords and things. And it sounds like that might actually be quite good. Like if the trigger system works really well, so like they have an idea where it's different resistances on your triggers, that could be really fun.
Yeah.
And really interesting.
Pretty cool.
But I don't know. Like every time you innovate on a controller, like everyone does anything particularly different. It never seems to take off. Like no one used the touchpad on the joystick.
The Wii.
Okay, the Wii
did pretty well.
All right, fair. But HD Rumble HD Rumble is kind of fun, but like it's also
the touchpad on the PS, but no one really uses that for anything.
One thing that I really love and has been lost. It's the speaker on the PS4.
Yeah, well,
that's super useful. That's super cool.
I remember, like, early games, there would seem to just be, like, a signal just blasted through there, like an uncontrollable volume that sounded like the speakers were breaking. It was just like, oh, my God, what's going on? I think that really made it quite unpopular, so people just stayed away from it.
I know, but it's a shame, though.
I've never looked into doing anything with
Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to do stuff with it, even on the last game, but, like, it's really hard to go, hey, I want to spend a good couple of weeks working on trying to develop sound for the PlayStation 4 speaker when we're actually having to ship a game on 4 different platforms, PC, Switch, and none of the other 3 have support for that. So there are loads of really cool stuff that we could have done with that, but because the other 3 have taken all their speakers out of their controllers, it makes it kind of like less,
you can't really justify spending that time on it, can you?
Exactly, especially when our main focus is really the Nintendo audience. That's the kind of that's who we know we're going to sell most of our games to, because we make Nintendo style games. We make games that are aimed at people who love Nintendo games. So, and they don't have a speaker on their controller, which is a shame because I love that. I really think it's fun.
I feel Nintendo haven't really done much themselves with the HD Rumble in the Joy-Cons.
Mario Party's good. Like, honestly, Mario Party is the best example of it, because it's a party game. You get to do all sorts of silly party things with it. But apart from that,
I'm pretty sure they use the Rumble in Mario Party to play a little tune through the speakers.
They do.
And I don't know.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
But yeah, Mario Party on the Switch plays a little tune through the rumble of your speakers, and I've got no idea how it works.
Okay.
I could probably hazard a guess, but I don't know how. Yeah, it's mad.
Took a lot of time and effort.
It takes, yeah.
That said, I reckon that more and more the HD Rumble thing will take off, because if Sony are doing it on PS5 and Nintendo are already doing it, and Xbox will almost certainly have their version of it too, there are actually audio tools, and it's one of those things that I'm kind of like been talking about with designers at the moment about like who is going to look after Rumble in our future games, because
there's gonna be like Rumble departments.
Yeah, I know, but it looks like
I'm a junior Rumble designer.
But so all the audio tools we use, like Wise is a really big one. There is a massive big Rumble component of those audio tools.
Yeah.
So they're looking to use instead of you designing a rumble.
Don't tell them that. That's how we end up doing all the rumble.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm.
I don't want to be a junior rumble designer.
No, I know. But it looks like the industry's turned around and be like, audio guys, they can do rumble while they're making sound, because all we'll do is we'll convert their sounds into rumble patterns.
Keep this talk down. It's like every other audio designer.
Finally, we know the tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lads, what was the first tune made for Impossible Lair? Do you know?
It was probably your underwater.
Yeah, that underwater one that I made. Because I did the interview and I knew what the game was about and what kind of game we'd be making. We talked about some ideas, and I sort of knew there'd be an underwater level.
You made it an adaptive tune to Learn Wise.
Yeah. Wait, did I?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was one of those ones that I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no, I can't remember. I ended up writing about 130 tunes for this game or something.
Wow.
And like the majority ended up because Dan's sort of like a sniper. He'll just spend ages on one tune, and it'll be good. In that time, I'll write 10 crap tunes and one good one. Never like, I've got one. I've finally got one.
Yeah.
So I can't honestly remember which is the first one I made. But yeah, it was probably just some little test piece to get my head around the tech and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first proper one that's ended up in the game was the underwater one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of those tech tunes there.
Factory, I've forgotten the name. We released it on YouTube. It's called Underwater Saunter, but then we've had to go back on the naming convention for that. So it's called Factory Fright Flooded.
Actually, that's a fun bit of
to be in line with the level names.
Yeah.
We figured that makes more sense.
Otherwise, someone's got to have a conversion table of what name
exactly
with what level. So
silly.
The nugget of information. You have no idea how many pieces of music and they never see the light of day. It's insane. Like there are loads and loads. And yeah, I've written less tunes than Matt has on this game, but also I've written less tunes in general. I was doing a lot of tech work while Matt was writing a lot of music, tools and thing. The kind of code and boring and more. Well, I find them interesting, but boring for the public anyway. But both of us have got loads of musical material that's just sat in folders because it's not good enough. It's not as good as everything else.
Don't get excited about like sort of as fun as it would be to do a B-side album. Yeah, you see, it almost writes itself. Most of it's crap. It's never going to see the light of day, and it's going to stay that way because it's just rubbish, which is why it never went in the game.
Yeah.
Some of them were alright, but they just were almost exactly the same as other tunes we already had that were better.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to like all everything in video games. The more that you review and improve and go through and cut things out if they're not up to the same standard as everything else, the better the overall product is, or the overall experience for the player.
And we had sort of feedback sessions with Dave Wise, which was terrifying at first.
Oh, Dave, yeah.
Super good,
but amazing,
super useful.
So useful.
He'd say things like, "Okay, you've written 2-minute tune, and that last 30 seconds is easily the bit that's really cool.
Yeah.
Why are you not starting the tune with that bit?
With that there bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, okay, and then use the rest of the material and rework it to fit in if this was starting that tune. And you did that. You go, oh yeah, this is miles better. And then it's like we had like 3 or 4 review sessions with him, and you come in and listen to what we've written, that month or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after we kind of it was almost like we learned how to listen to our own tunes critically and make them better.
Yeah, because you sort of take whatever feedback is given, you take that forward when you're writing the next tune. You think about that stuff, and yeah, it was brilliant. It was just a great opportunity to learn from one of the best.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Did you ever go to Grant for any advice or?
Yeah, a bit.
Sometimes.
The thing with Grant is he's in the States, whereas Dave would get down to the office. He'd come down sort of once every couple of weeks. Of course, Grant can't do that without spending an awful lot of time on a plane and away from his family. But no, we were in touch with Grant throughout the project via Skype and stuff. And he's always willing to lend a hand with regards to anything.
To be fair, there's large parts of the project we had considerably far more things to worry about because his house was about to be burnt down by the huge California
with the what the fuck?
So, he was nowhere near his house for a lot.
Hey Grant, I know your house is almost on fire, but I was just wondering if you had a quick minute to talk about the soundtrack.
Did you lads have any involvement with Brawlout?
Yeah, actually,
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I prepared for them full sound effect rundown and kind of crib sheet of all the player sound for Yooka that we had at that point. I think that we decided that we gave them only the Yooka-Laylee stuff as opposed to the Impossible Lair stuff, because we either hadn't announced or whether it was things that weren't in the public conscious at that point in time. But no, I kind of painstakingly went and clipped and got all the sound effects that they might want to use for all the player sound that I made on Yooka. And then a full guide of how and when it was used, and some rules about how we implement sound on those characters. So yeah, that's that. And then sent in a big package to them and sent it off, and then they came back and it, and did what they wanted with it. So that was, kind of, right at the beginning of, hey, it looks like they're gonna use Yooka-Laylee. Here's all the material they need. And that was pretty much the extent of it. And
I take it they contacted you, did they? The developers.
Yeah, think so. I think. Yeah. I mean, have to be checked, but I'm pretty sure they reached out and we said, yeah, sure, because we had reached out to Yacht Club a couple of years previously and they were really good about it. So I think it's like.
Oh yeah, for getting Shovel Knight into the game. Yeah.
When you're in those indie spheres, it's a really nice thing to do. To what's the word? Pass it forward. Well, it was really great having Shovel Knight in Yooka-Laylee, and we just wanted to make sure that we were, gave other people the same opportunity if people who we liked got in contact with us. So yeah,
that's cool though. Yeah. So what was your, I guess, before we go, what was your initial reaction to seeing bloody K. Rool and Banjo in Smash?
Oh, that was great.
So it's really cool because it's what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
And they were like, you couldn't believe what the talk was like in the office. It's like, is they going to do Banjo? I don't know. They're going to do Banjo. It was like all the time, just like it was, or at least once a week, there was an in-depth conversation of like, what rumors have you heard?
Yeah.
Who do we know at Rare who might know?
And Hamish, one of the designers, who was like a year previously, he was like, it's nailed on, and Banjo's definitely coming to Smash like this week. It was out.
Oh yeah.
But he was like, I've got all this inside information from publishers or whatever, like it's nailed on. We still give him abuse about that, and quite rightly.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Sure, yeah, the only person who knew, that I knew, obviously was Grant.
Yeah. No, Grant didn't tell anyone.
Surprisingly tight-lipped.
Yeah. I think they must have had a terrifying contract hanging above his head if he said anything.
Yeah. But I guess, first watching Banjo, it's like, watching K. Rool, it was just... I didn't expect it at all. I guess no one did.
No.
But when we seen the three of them together, like asleep together, I was like, oh, holy shit! It has to be Banjo. Who else is going to be?
And then the Jiggy flew past.
Yeah.
Oh. And I remember after the K. Rool thing, I caught Miles walking out to his car, and he was trying to hide it because he needs to keep up his sort of glum appearance, but he was smiling to himself, ear to ear, very bright. He was very, very happy about K. Rool being in Smash.
So am I. So
yeah.
When was the last time we had K. Rool in Donkey Kong?
I'm sorry?
When was the last time we had K. Rool in Donkey Kong? Was it on DS or something?
Probably, yeah.
One of the pilot, I think, there's a DS pilot game or something like that. Yeah. It was actually, I think the biggest thing about it was that he now has the same amount of characters as Kev does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the big one. So,
what's next? Dixie and Battletoads for Smash.
Yeah. And then that will keep probably up. Yeah, because they sit next to each other. So like him having Donkey Kong and Diddy both in, and then Steve getting 2 in as well. It's just trying to work out if anyone else is going to. I want Lanky.
Equal footing, yeah.
Let's get some Mark representation. Let's get Lanky in for Smash.
So
I feel bad for the Smash creators. Like nothing will ever be enough. Doesn't matter how much they do. They've got like 70 characters.
Where's my Rayman?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Where's Bomberman?
Where's Crash Bandicoot?
Bomberman. He can throw bombs.
Oh, he's in it. He's in it though.
Yeah, so's Ray. Isn't Rayman?
I don't know.
Just about.
He's one of the sister of things.
Trophy assistant. Yeah, it's like why even bother? Just like
I feel bad for them.
Like why bother putting them in the game at all? Like the same with Waluigi.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that has died down, the whole Waluigi thing.
Yeah.
I think everyone's realised that actually it wouldn't be very fun.
It just becomes a thing where if more and more people say it, it just sort of becomes funny. Like it's weaker an idea of a character it is, the funnier it becomes. So it's just like Waluigi. It's never ever going to end.
What was
They're going to have a Smash with about 5,000 characters in it. And they're going to be like, where's Waluigi's alt Dark Waluigi from Luigi's Mansion 6? Where is he? I can't believe he's not in there.
So, imagine what the internet would do if they did announce that the next Smash character was Gooigi. Just like
good character.
Gooigi, oh god. So can we expect to see Yooka-Laylee in Smash soon? Yeah.
I really
That'd
hope
be
so.
great.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. Even just as an alt for Banjo.
Yeah,
there is a skin of Banjo that's green and purple.
Yeah, and there's no way it's about Gruntilda. We think it's definitely about Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah, Yooka-Laylee, yeah. Like, who else is it going to be about, like?
With Gruntilda. Nothing to do with it. It's all Yooka-Laylee, that.
Yeah, you lads have to release a green and purple Joy-Con set.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Love to do that. I think there's one happening in Japan quite soon for some game. Why can't we just do the European and American version of that?
There is as well, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I
can't remember what it was.
I don't know. But again, you're talking to the audio people, so we've got no idea.
Yeah, but lads, like, you use our sound though.
Yeah.
You use our sound.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, so lads, thanks for coming on. Where can we find you on social media?
I am at Darwillal on Twitter, it's DAWILAL.
And I'm at Sound Spam. I have a sensible name, so I don't have to spell it.
And can you spell that?
S-O-U...
Spammy.
Yeah. And we hope everybody really enjoys Impossible Lair.
Yeah, please buy the game. It's incredible. Buy it on all platforms if you can. Hopefully we'll see it soon on 3DS. And
buy all of them. Buy every platform twice.
Hello, I have it 3 times. I bought it twice. I got one for free.
Oh, nice.
Give it to me on PC, will you? Alright guys, thanks for coming on. You can of course check us out on YouTube, Twitter and Instagram, and for more Nintendo and podcasts, keep it right here at IGS. Alright guys, see you soon. Bye.
Cheers, man.